Welcome, everybody. This is Coach D. Darrell Spears at D. Darrell the Rebirth. Appreciate everybody for coming in today. Shout out to my girl Mahogany Roots and MJ. She said, "Hey, D. Darrell the Rebirth. Just in case, I want to make sure I say salute to you. You know we appreciate your content very much. Shout out to Mahogany Roots. And for those that don't." That are not subscribed to her channel, please subscribe to my sis. She has very, very positive content that I watch from the clouds a lot. Her live streams and so on. Check it out. Check out my sis. So, guys, appreciate you all for being here today. We got 6 in the chat, just getting started. I want to say happy holidays to everybody. I don't do a lot of content on this channel as much as I used to. Just kind of thinking about where I'm at in this sector and the things that I should be talking about that I'm not talking about. I'm going to make an effort to do a lot more pre-recorded content on this channel. Maybe not live streams, but definitely pre-recorded content. That's going to be a definite. What's up, Muslim? You say what's good? D. Darrell, what's up, brother? From another mother. Appreciate you for coming in today. We're going to definitely get into this. And so before I get started, man, I have seen a lot of things going on in this red pill space, in the Manosphere, the black sectors. A lot of stuff going on. Shout out to my brother NT. He done brought the purge back. Negroes are losing their mind right now on that platform. It is hot. I almost thought about going on there to basically blow some steam out on some people. But most of the steam that I have for people is necessarily not in this sector, is in the Umar Johnson sector. And that's a story for another day for those who are watching. So, guys, just want to let you know, I had a good time this weekend. Went out to Dallas, went to the state championship, saw Duncan. Congratulations to Duncanville for winning the state 6A championship. Shout out to Houston area North Shore High School for placing second. They've been in the state at least 3 times in the last 4 years. Shout out to each and every one of you. Each one of those teams. Shout out to DeSoto, Texas, for winning their class 6A championship. Shout out to South Oak Cliff in Dallas for winning the 5A championship. So me and my son, we big on this. My son plays football. He's approaching his senior year. Just had to give a shout out to anybody from those cities, from the city of Dallas, city of Houston, representing Texas. Shout out to Renaissance Man 2008. What's up, brother? How you doing? Appreciate you for coming in. We're going to have a very, very interesting one, Renaissance Man, because we are going to talk about our brother, Alan Roger Currie. And for those that want to know, I basically wrote, this is another red pill tragedy. This is another red pill tragedy. Now, Alan Roger Currie in itself, even though he was not authentically red pill, he created content, whether it was by books, he was invited to the 21 conventions, he has engaged in a lot of speeches, he has made a lot of money, at least that's what we perceived in his career. Now, I'm not here to bash the brother because I actually liked Alan Roger Currie. I actually like Alan Roger Currie a lot. And it wasn't because of his content. It was because of the way he carried himself. He did have somewhat of a I like the way he conducted himself when he was on Jackson's channel and other channels, in which he talked about things in regards to his books, his work. The brother was a comedian. I mean, my heart goes out to Alan Roger Currie and his wife and his child. As you can see, man, when my brother O'Shea Du Jackson, shout out to my little nephew in Poland. Shout out to my bro. I gotta hit him up and see how he doing. We hadn't talked in a while. But when I seen him release, when O'Shea released I think it was a community tab or a short video, and I saw Currie Legacy Fund GoFundMe account. This was probably a week or so after Alan Roger Currie died. I almost dropped my phone. And I said to myself, this is another red pill YouTube type tragedy of people creating these personas and reputations and creating this, what they perceive success. And at the end of the day, they hadn't left their family anything. It is no way, as a man, I'm gonna irresponsibly leave my family with nothing where they're on YouTube setting a goal at 25K for the family. Where the hell did the money go? I watched Grandmaster Troll, shout out to GMT, and he put out information that alluded to the fact that ARC had a retirement fund that his wife could not get into. His wife could not have access. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. That shit don't make no sense. It really does. It makes no sense. I don't understand that, because that should automatically be inherited by the family, the wife. I don't understand how there was nothing liquid for the family, no formal liquidity for a man who has had vitamin water sponsorship. He had a book royalties, speech and engagements. But you want to get up and talk about mode 1? And you want to tell black men what they should be doing and how you're supposed to do this? Man, just earlier today, man, I was listening to a video of Alan Roger Currie. Again, man, I did not like his message. Because his message, although he was not totally 100% with all the red pill BS, some of the shit was downright disrespectful and borderline abusive in a sense. He talked about a scenario in which a girl disrespected him, and he just told her, they left out the room and so on, and he told the lady, I don't appreciate how you did me. He cursed her out. He disrespected her. And therefore, I just want you to give me oral sex. And then he talked about how she just did it. But the manner in which he said it, man, this shit was not. And the hand claps and the gestures and the like, yeah. People I'm like, what kind of men would support this BS? And there are men who do. Only red pill, incel like mindsets would support this kind of shit, or just downright disrespectful, low level thinking men. And I was like, wow. The shit was disgusting. The story that he told was disgusting. And he got accolades from everybody like, oh, yeah, yeah. Like, great story. You did it. You got to her ass. You showed her. And that story in itself personified the issues with red pill men. There's a constant struggle with women in which you're trying to maintain your dominance. And even if you want to believe that mode one bullshit, you're free to do so. I would not suggest anybody follow that shit because it could get you in trouble. Now, I want you to hear this. I want you all to hear this. Let me see if it can pull up. Now, I want you all to press 1. Hold on, let me damn it. Let me see if I can do this right quick. Please press 1 if you can hear this video. If you can hear this, please press 1. Let me know if you can hear it. Great, you can hear it. Good. Okay, so you all can't hear. You can't hear him talking. I'm asking you all, can you hear him talking? You say, I can hear you in the music. Okay, all right. You only can hear me. You can't hear him. Okay, okay. Well, it's okay. I'm gonna let it go. I wanted you all to hear a snippet of this, and I'm gonna hold on. Let me look it up. Let me know if you can hear it now. Press the 1 if you can hear this. If you can hear Alan Roger Currie talking. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play it from my phone. I don't know what's up with the. Give me a second, guys. Got a little technical support here. That's okay. Got a lot of people coming in. What's up, Raining Woman? How you doing today, sis? Good to see you up in here. So let me try this.
Middle class sensibilities and 1/3 from the streets sensibilities. And sisters from the streets, at the risk of
Can y'all
generalizing,
hear now?
they're always going to try to challenge your manhood. Like, gross understatement, going to try to challenge your manhood. So the first hour of this date, every little subtle advance I tried to make to this woman, she talked to me like I was a bitch. Get your hands off me. What are you doing? What do you think I am, a slut or a whore? I ain't no two-bit slut. I don't know what are you doing. I don't know what kind of women you used to dealing with. You ain't gonna get no kiss from me. Shoot, I'm just here. I don't know what they told you, but I don't know what's going on. And my two friends are just shaking their head like, fuck. Who is this bitch? So their dates are just being, just very sweet. My date, she's just being just a bitch from hell. And so at one point, one of the friends just looks at me like, man, y'all need to go out the room or something. You're killing the vibe here, man. We ain't gonna get no pussy with this chick acting like this. So I get up. And again, this is chronicled in Verbal Seduction Story number 1, and who said again. But I get up and just walk out. I walk out the apartment building. I'm just walking. I'm mumbling under my breath like, this fucking bitch. Fuck. I mean, she just took my backbone in that room and just got an axe and just start slicing it. Just destroying it. Just emasculate me on the spot. So unbeknownst to me, she's behind me. She comes out and it turns out she followed me. And she starts taunting me. Oh, what the matter? You pound, oh, poor baby. I mentioned George McFly. In the book, y'all laugh, but in the book, I literally do. I call this my George McFly moment. And it's the reason I'm standing on stage right now. Now, up to this point, my mother had always conditioned me to be the nice guy, be polite, never say anything that will rattle a woman, ruffle feathers, come across as crass, disrespectful, rude. And I adhere to that social programming. 2 words I will plug a lot. I always do. But that moment, it's like I heard her in slow motion taunting me. And I turned around. I looked at dead eyes as I said, bitch, shut the fuck up.
Wow.
Now, see, nowadays you listen to rap music and you think all brothers talk like that to women. But me coming from the middle class background that I did, that was like the huge no-no, like you would never say that to a woman. But I looked her dead in her eyes and I said, bitch, shut the fuck up. Now here's the thing, give you a tip about women, about this alpha male, beta male delineation. Anytime you say something bold to a woman, it could be something sexually explicit, or it could be a harsh criticism or insult. 99% of the time, if not 100% of the time, The first thing they're gonna do, they're not gonna look at your hair, they're not gonna look at your clothes, and they're gonna look to this side or that side. They're gonna look you directly in your eyes. And why do they do that? Because they want to know, are you really alpha? Or did you read some PUA book and you trying to pretend that you're alpha? So when I said, bitch, shut the fuck up, her eyes zoned in on my eyes. She said, excuse me? And I said, I didn't stutter. I said, shut the fuck up. And we locked eyes for a few seconds. And the most amazing thing happened. She completely softened up. She said, you tripping. I don't know what got into you since you was upstairs, but you tripping. I said, you got two options for the rest of the night. Option A, you gonna suck my dick like you owe me money. Option B, if you're not gonna suck my dick, you ain't gonna say shit to me for the rest of the night. I said, now who drove here, you or your cousin? She said, I did. I said, where's your car? She said, over there. I said, yeah, we can ready to go to your car because you're gonna suck my dick. Man. So we in the car, and she's sucking my dick, and I take my dick. I take my dick, I ain't gonna lie, I take my dick out of her mouth, I just start tapping it on her face. Judge me if you will. But I say, think about how you treated me earlier. You were acting like just a straight up bitch. And she said, I know. She said, but now I'm your obedient good bitch. And anybody familiar with my show, I have a podcast show called The Erotic Conversationalist. You often hear women refer to themselves as my obedient good bitch. That's where it started. And also.
Now I want to stop right there. Yeah, Dave, we would never know if this story really happened. And see, I'm going to say this, guys. What was the most disgusting thing was not the story. The most disgusting thing was the reaction from the crowd who thought he was in his right to disrespect a woman and then demand that this woman give him oral sex in her car. And see, what this says is the fact that if there are delusional men who think that that's going to work in real life, there's not enough dating coaching that's going to ever help you to think that women want to be humiliated, women want to be disrespected, and that's the only thing that they will submit to. That's the only thing that they will respond well to. And so what I'm hearing is this man has given a story in which he wants to disrespect, offend, and humiliate women. And I'm not saying Alan was like that in real life, because I really don't know. But the response from the people in the crowd that were listening to him, thinking that he was in his right to do that, and that was the way to go. There were tons of other choices and options that he had if this lady was disrespecting him. But to think, and this shows to the guys who think that this really works, is obviously you don't understand women and you don't have a lot of experience. Only women with low self-esteem, who are damaged and have issues, will respond that way. And even the majority of women who fit that mold would not have engaged in the manner in which he stated. But there are tons of people in these spaces, dating, coaching, PUI, and etc., who pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars to this kind of shit. And see, what he gave an example was mode 1 strategy, which is to let a woman know what you want from her, no matter how disrespectful and it may come off. She either has a weight. She either is going to say yes or no, and that women want to be treated this way. And so you wonder why he didn't get married till he was damn near in his late 50s. Because if he treated women 10% of the way he talked about, no woman is putting up with that. No woman of value is putting up with that. And so I wanted to let you all hear that video, because that video in itself exemplifies the problem in these spaces and the perception of certain men as far as their interaction, lack of communication, and understanding women, to think you can treat women any type of way and get a positive result. And see, only men in red pill spaces think this is normal. It's the way to go. This is why so many of these guys, Kevin Samuels, David Carroll, they died the way that they died. Alone, no legacy, and damn near penniless. Alan Roger Currie is another example of a man who talked all this shit in front of a crowd, and you couldn't leave your family $25K. You couldn't leave your family even $100,000. Not one life insurance policy where you got your wife and your child looking pitiful on a goddamn GoFundMe page, begging for money, but yet you want to talk about how you demanded that a woman give you oral sex. You see this picture to the right? This is what you really are, Alan. That mode 1 bullshit couldn't even leave your family enough money to live. What's up, Renaissance man?
Hey, what's up, D Darrell?
What's up, player?
Nah. What's up? How's it going?
I'm great, man. I'm doing wonderful.
I put this in the chat. This is, when I talk to people who've been in this space, they always talk about historically, this space was not about dating coaches. It was basically a space for men to get their stuff together. That's what they're at least they want the Manosphere to be. And, like you said, here comes another instance of, someone talking one thing and then, the truth kind of coming out when they die. Because, I mean, like I said, someone said we saw, I don't know if it was a fake or not, but, someone said, David Carroll, when he died, he had like a $1,200 GoFundMe or something like that. So, I mean, like I said, at that age, because, these guys were in their 50s, close to their 60s. I mean, like I said this in the chat, at that age, you should have $25,000 sitting around, like, just in savings. Because, I mean, that's $1,000 a year. That's roughly $25 a week, if you started when you were, like, in your mid-30s. That shouldn't be, like, like I said, even if you didn't have a life insurance policy, if you just had basic budgeting habits, you should have that very easily. So it just kind of shows, like I said, a lot of people don't have their stuff together. And the sad part is too, my understanding is Alan actually came from a very prominent Black family. If I remember correctly.
Yes, he did come from a good upper middle class family.
Yeah. I think he said that at one point his dad was one of like the first Black dentists in the state, where I think he was living in Indiana at one point.
Right.
And I know he went to Indiana's business school. So I mean, like I said, it's just like I said, it's kind of crazy that even Black men who are coming from these, upper middle class background, are educated, are still leaving at an early age, and then B, leaving their family in a position of vulnerability.
Exactly. It's actually, to be honest with you, when I saw the GoFundMe that O'Shea posted, I almost dropped my phone. To me, if I had to think about anybody in the space that didn't leave their family comfortable, he would have been like last on the list, like at the bottom of the list of people that I would think wouldn't leave their family with anything. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like it really shocked me. It really shocked me that he was one of the ones, because I never supported the Mode 1 bullshit, but I looked at his body of work, Renaissance Man, and he had one of the most decorated bodies of work.
Like I said, I don't know anything of. You'd have to like elaborate, because like I said, truth be told, I didn't know anything about him but him being a dating coach and selling books.
Oh no, he had no. Alan Roger Currie was a comedian that he made. He wasn't a top tier comedian, but Alan Roger Currie made decent money as a comedian. He was on BET Comedy View multiple times. He toured. He did things. Alan Roger Currie's his books that he wrote made money. They were bestsellers. Alan Roger Currie actually made money in the white manosphere. He was basically making money in white spaces. Shout out to my girl, the Faith Factor. How you doing? Good to see you here, Queen. But he made money in white spaces with his literature.
But you know what? If that's the case, so it kind of speaks to the I'm assuming if he really lived, the lifestyle that he claimed, it kind of is like a lot of these professional athletes who kind of live the same lifestyle. Granted, he didn't have a whole bunch of kids, but it like I said, it kind of speaks to that lifestyle. I think you're getting at with this stream, that it's really selling people a false dream, or it's not. It's really a lifestyle that will end up self-destructive. That you won't like you like you said, you won't more than likely leave a legacy. I heard that possibly someone said that he knew he was sick. So I mean,
I think he knew he was sick too.
I
agree with that. I agree with that.
You kind of left in this vulnerable position, coupled with, like I said, you have no legacy to leave. It's not the way you want to go out. And it's like I said, I don't know, a lot of men or it seems like a lot of men are sort of buying into this. And if they're not taking note, this is it's not ending well for a lot of people.
It's not. And see this is where. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that this comment you have on the screen. Did he even leave $1 million?
I don't think he made him. I don't know. I don't think he did. That's the rumor around. But when I looked at that funeral, and basically, I don't think he left that much money, because he had a lot of debt. Kevin Samuel had a lot of debt, and the fact of the matter is that we're not even accounting for the taxes that he had to pay on the money that he made.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
There's no way he left $1 million. You only made money in 2021, part of 22. Do I think he left a decent amount of money? Maybe. I don't think he had $1 million liquid. I don't think he was liquid. And let's not talk about that $200,000-$300,000 vehicle that he purchased. So, and Kevin Samuel liked to spend money. When you got $50,000 in boot collections and and shit like that, That doesn't sound like a person that's in the money management. So the Fate Factor says someone wrote a book called Live Rich, Die Broke. Maybe that's what he did. Sucks for his wife and baby, though. I'm going to say this. Alan Roger Currie typifies what is wrong in the black community and what is wrong in this black space. Because there are so many people, men, married or unmarried, in the black community that don't leave nothing to the family. How many times in our community, when somebody dies, they can't afford to bury themselves? How many fucking GoFundMe's that I gotta see on Facebook, Twitter? How many GoFundMe's do we have to see?
I was gonna say, D-Darrell, in the funeral, what, a good 10, 15,000, something like that?
For Kevin Samuel or just funerals today? Oh yeah,
I'm just talking about in general.
Yeah, funerals cost at least 8 to 10K.
Okay,
a decent one.
Okay, so we're not talking about a ton of money here. I'm just talking about like I said, you can, because like I said, I remember. Now, granted, you know they were older and they lived in the country, but I remember when my grandfather died, they actually had a policy through a mutual aid society, like a burial society. They had things like that in place where, you know, so you didn't even have to necessarily go the life insurance route. You know, they had more of a cooperative thing going on there. It's so many options. Or like I said, that's why I asked how much it costs, because like I said, in the grand scheme of things, if I at my age, if I were to fall dead tomorrow, I promise you would not have a problem finding $10,000 to go and bury. Between, you know, money I have saved, money I have invested, 401k, all of these things, like, you wouldn't have any problem doing that. And it's crazy to me when guys are in their 60s and people are having that problem.
Exactly. And see, this is why. See, what we got to understand is this, man. When you're talking about these guys in red pill spaces, they never look at the shortcomings that they present that influences how women perceive them. Because a lot of these guys don't have careers. They lack physically, conversation wise. A lot of these guys can't even hold a conversation with a woman. And actually, and one of the
emotional intelligence.
The emotional intelligence is absent, and they don't enjoy being around women. You see, when you hear these guys talk about, they don't talk about enjoying the company of women. It's all about, you do this for me, I do this for you. You should do this. It's nothing collaborative, nothing as far as togetherness, bonding. It's all about, you're supposed to do this for me because I say so, and you're supposed to just do it and submit, and I'm gonna do this, and you're gonna listen. It's nothing where two parties are naturally enjoying each other. Like nothing with everything that deals with you doing something nice for a woman is considered simping. And what they fail to understand, that they're basically participating in self-defeating behaviors that cause them to be in the position that they're in now. Listen, why would I listen to a dating coach who married a woman? This woman was 30 years younger than him, almost, according to the reports. He married a 20-plus-year-old woman at like 50 something. And look at what you're doing. You left your child fatherless because of your way of life. Even if that you wouldn't have died now, your child as an adult probably wasn't going to see you that much into their adulthood because of the age difference. You're 50 years older than your child. This is not what black men should be doing as far as family planning. This is actually, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. it's embarrassing that I have to see black men in a space where they pumping their chests and shit, and they can't even leave their family money to live off of until they get themselves together. David Carroll talks so much shit about the black community, and he actually participated. His life reflected the lowest of the low of the black community. Kevin Samuel was one of the prime examples of Negroes pretending to be something that they're not. You finally look up and get some money, and your life in its, because I'm judging you based on the previous 50 plus, not the 2 or 3 successful years, because it's a reason why it took you that long to become successful, and that mindset does not go away. So the irresponsible shit that you did when you was in your 20s and 30s, you're probably going to do the same thing in your 50s. And that's just a fact. And to me, this is another example, Renaissance man, of these guys thinking that they got the answers, and their life reflects, at the very least, barely mediocre at best.
But that's the thing. That's what YouTube is. You don't have to verify anybody. And anybody can be an expert. Like I said, I'm sure Alan was very successful with women. But we don't.
I don't think he was that successful with women.
I mean,
I'm gonna just be honest.
I mean, like I said, all we really have is to go off of like what he said, but I mean, at the end of the day, we all know men. We all know when dudes start talking about women, every dude starts exaggerating to a certain extent.
Facts.
So I mean, like I said, we have nothing to really verify all this. The other thing is too, when I remember people, I was telling someone else, hearing some, especially these older dating coaches like his age, I was like, you all are sitting around peddling this stuff when you all grew up in the 70s, 60s, and 70s, 80s, and seeing what's happened, with Bill Cosby and these other people who have, their past coming out. You see at least what people get away with back then. Men my age, a little bit younger in their early 20s, you can't get away with this stuff in this era. Even the Manosphere admits that. I mean, someone in the Manosphere once said they won't go to college because they're afraid they'll get Me Too'd.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
that is some of the dumbest shit. No, you're afraid to go to college because you probably can barely get in if you tried to, and even if you did, the chances you're not going to be successful. That's what you're afraid of. See, that's why, man. I don't go in those spaces debating like I used to, because I got tired of hearing the same dumbass shit with some of these people, man. Just the other day, man, I heard that like a guy like Bernard Raleigh selling wigs and hair. I'm like, what? Somebody told me he sell hair. I'm like, I said, no, stop. Not this Negro. See, just
exactly. People complain about weave and lashes, and you're selling weave and lashes.
Yeah, I'm like, are you serious? Not to me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've looked into doing that type of business, and it could be very lucrative. But Negro, you're basically in a space that looks down on this type of stuff, and you making a living off of it. Stop, man. See, this is the man, listen, man. I've realized I gotta go where I fit in, and I don't fit in. Because number one, I'm not broke. I am highly successful. I show and people know my receipts. I've never had a problem with women. I'm married, got children. I don't fit in. Because a lot of these Negroes would want to be in that position and can't. And they don't like hearing men who are in better positions that talk down on this shit that they talk about.
But see, I don't think they want to be in that position. I think a lot of this talk about family and the women are. I don't think most of these dudes really want that. Because it's a big responsibility. I was talking about that. I think we were talking about that on the Mirror's channel. He was like, listen to the rhetoric of some of these men and ask them, are they really in a position to lead a family and have people dependent on, their actions and behaviors, really for generations? Because I mean, after you start a family, not even actually after you start, the very act of picking a woman is setting, a certain course for not only how your marriage is going to go, but how your kids are going to be raised, what they're going to look for. It has generational consequences.
And it does have generational consequences.
Yeah, and are these people in the position to make that? I mean, because you in your profession, I'm sure you come in all the time and see how a dysfunctional mother or a dysfunctional father has passed that same behavior on to their children, and now someone finally realized, hey, this was messed up, and they have to go figure out where it came from, and it's going back 2 or 3 generations, or my mother did this because her grandmother did this to her.
Right? I agree, man. But Renaissance man, you've been in this space a while. You've seen me battle and the arguments, the debates. I done came out of myself dealing with some of the foolishness that these guys talk about. And to me, through all of that, it seemed like it's getting worse. It's not getting better. It's actually getting worse. Because you're seeing more and more people. Because this Manosphere space is a lot bigger than what it was 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. This is a pretty this space has people who got over 100,000 subscribers. So this is not a small space like it was back in 2016, 17. It's a bigger space. So you're seeing more and more of these people come in with these crazy ideas, and they saying all this crazy stuff. and then, you mean to tell me Alan Roger Currie wife can't touch his 401k? This is according to Grandmaster Troll.
Then
Thomas.
That means he wasn't listed as a beneficiary. That could have been a mistake because he got married to her recently, and they have not made the change, or he could have did that on purpose.
Exactly.
For other reasons.
But look what you're doing to your child. You think about your child. You see, this is where you separate the men from these disillusioned as adult males. Because real men plan for the future. Real men plan for, emergencies. That's part of leadership.
Yep.
See, when you tell men, and I'm going to use their own talking points, are you going to submit to me? Are you going to follow my leadership? Right? Isn't that what they state, right? So she followed his leadership, and it led her to be broke. You see, they think women are supposed to be women of quality. See, a 20-year-old woman in her 20s would follow this. See, let me say, a faith factor wouldn't have failed for this shit. I'm just gonna be honest. A faith factor wouldn't have failed for Alan Roger Currie with this. A faith factor gonna ask about the 401 motherfucking K. The faith factor gonna ask about the finances and what we building. But no 20, 22, 25-year-old, whatever she was when they ain't asking all those questions. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yep.
No woman of value. They're gonna ask these questions before they get married, and they gonna figure it out because they've been around the block. They know a Negro that's fronting and don't really got it on paper. But she followed his leadership, right? Right, Renaissance. She followed his leadership. She followed his, and look where they got her. You see, this is the real story behind the BS because ain't no woman following. No woman of value and of real intelligence is gonna follow this BS.
But see, that's what I was trying to tell. Me and Amiri were talking about this the other day. I was saying, a lot of brothers, especially in this space, there's no objectivity. They can't really sit back and look and say, okay, they can ask a woman, what is she bringing to the table? But they can't literally ask and look at themselves and say, hey, what am I bringing to the table that this woman wants? And be honest about, like, here are my strengths, here are my weaknesses. That discussion doesn't happen. And that's why you always hear this one-sided conversation of women are doing this, and if you listen to them, let them tell them. The women have it. The women are all messed up, and they've got it all together.
Regardless, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say that regardless of what a woman does, it should not have an influence on what you do as a man.
I agree.
If you're
the leader,
you are a man. You should have shit in place regardless of what she does or isn't able to do. And so you cannot ask for submission if you making these kind of errors in your life. To leave your wife penniless when she look at this, man. This shit is man, when I saw this, I'm like $4,800. You need $25K. A Currie legacy fund for a man that should have had his own goddamn legacy. This don't make no goddamn sense.
And at that age too, I mean, life insurance is still relatively cheap at that age.
Yeah, man.
So you would have been talking about maybe $100 a month or something like that, maybe a little bit for $1 million life insurance policy.
Exactly. Alan Roger Currie should have had at least $1 million in life insurance policy. At least. There's no way in hell you shouldn't have had at least $1 million. I'm sorry. Ain't no way I'm gonna sit here with a man who has made as much money as he made, allegedly, in the circles that you were, and you can't leave your family a life insurance policy to sustain themselves for the next 10 years? Are you serious? But you want to get up here on YouTube telling men how to get women and how to chasing pussy and all this other shit, and you can't even see this. I can't respect this. This is why I don't. A lot of these guys, I don't have any respect for them, because I know in real life this shit is not applicable in real life. It's not. And so to all these guys, you can throw as much research that you don't understand how to analyze. You can throw as much as that as you want. You can throw as much literature, and you can go looking at black demographics and all this stuff. At the end of the day, your works, your decisions will come to the light. And so this to me gives rise to the failures of this space. This space is full of degenerates. This space is full of uneducated, unskilled people who are pretending to be something that they're not. This space is full of degenerates. It has a healthy percentage of criminality. You got thievery, you got buffoonery, and another thing, it's all under the disguise of really self-hate for themselves and the black community, because a lot of these guys are anti-black in a lot of ways.
The other thing, D-Darrell, there's a lot of people making money, a lot of people grifting, and here's the thing, it's getting, like you said, the space is growing, and here's how you can tell it's growing. Is it's starting to get gentrified with the grifting.
Yeah.
You starting to see now white women coming in this space repeating these talking points, but getting a million subscribers.
Yeah. And this is the thing. You got a white woman coming in here. It's at a point where they don't even listen to Jessica X. They threw her to the side. Listen, I'm gonna say this. This Jess Pearly probably come from a very racist family, and she is doing what she's doing because this is what black folks allow white folks to do. And this is something that has happened in our community. This woman came in here. All of her guests are black people, right? Have you seen her content?
Oh no, I haven't. I've seen little bits and pieces of it.
Okay, I've seen her content. I've seen not a lot, but I've seen enough. Particularly now that she's grown, like when she got over 500K. Jess Pearly been doing this kind of content for at least since 2020, for 2 years, almost 3 years, right? Jess Pearly was dumb enough to buy Kevin Samuel $8.99 package. She bought some shit from Kevin Samuels and I think she bought something from Obsidian. I don't know who it was. Major content creator she bought. No, what's the guy named? The lead attorney. She bought stuff from the packages from the lead attorney, Kevin Samuels, and somebody else. Okay, and so Obsidian's selling point with this lady invested in herself to become where she's at. And to be honest with you, this is the caveat to this. The caveat is that she didn't need that to become. It wasn't those packages that made her successful.
I was about to say that's just her doing homework, essentially. Like, okay, yeah. I hear the rhetoric. Okay, let me see what they're saying in these packages. Okay, that confirms it. Now let me go. Basically sell a dream.
No, yeah, you're right, but the thing about it, she was in the right place at the right time, and she was white. That's why it had nothing to do with the Kevin Samuel package and the lead attorney bullshit that he's selling. It was the fact that she was in the right place at the right time, and the algorithm worked in her favor. It had nothing. Look, man, listen. I'm gonna say this. When you look at her, man, the girl was living. There's no way in hell I'm gonna be listening to an 18, 20, 21, 22-year-old girl tell me how to function as a grown-ass man in relationships. Okay? Number one. Number two, there's no way I'm listening to somebody that's been living off of credit cards tell me anything. This is what she was. This is what her life reflects. Number three, anytime you see any non-black person come into spaces with black people, they there to make money. And they have ulterior motives. They're not coming in there because they just want to help the black community. How are you going to help the black community? What? If you're going to help the black community, you should be doing works. I am impressed with you doing the ground root stuff in real life. Not on YouTube is not ground roots activism. It's just people online talking shit. Shout out to BMT. What's up, BMT? What's up, Nunswirls on? Like, let's stop it with this, man. Like, this shit is. And so my thing is this, man. Like right now, I got my little dating coach channel. Like, right? I don't know if you're aware of it.
Oh yeah, no, I remember you saying you're gonna set one up.
Yeah, I got one. You can check it. I got subscribe to Coach D Darrell Spears. Check it out. Subscribe.
But here's the thing. I know you have you obviously have a license and some level of professional standard to uphold. So I already know these people aren't going to go over there and actually listen to things that could actually improve their relationships, because, like I said earlier, they want to be told that it's all one party's fault, and that their demands or what they're asking for it is not overbearing or unrealistic, especially considering where a lot of these people are at.
Exactly. And you know what? Right now, and I'm going to stick with what I'm doing. And I understand that what I'm doing, I have to create in a way that's open to everybody. Okay. And my channel, before I even started the channel, I had people like Taz criticizing me for wanting to do dating coaching. I had people that was negative towards me for even wanting to do this. And I sat here like, wow. I said, I didn't make one video yet. I've been doing videos for 2 months now, right? And I've been somewhat consistent, not as consistent as I was like to, because I got stuff to do, but I try to do at least 5 videos a week. At least I drop at least 1 video a day. Since Thanksgiving, I've kind of tapered down a little bit because of the holidays, and I'm getting ready to open up a retail store and stuff. So I got stuff that I got to do that I'm not able to do as many videos, but I'm still consistent. But the thing about it is, the content is not gender leaning. The content is about how you should really attempt to function in relationships and meet people. It's about self-development. It's about how to engage, how to communicate, how to approach things. Decision. It's almost like there's also like an aspect of self-development in that. So when you bring yourself into the dating environment, you're presenting yourself in the best way so that you can attract like-minded people. But they're not trying to hit that, Renaissance man, just like you stated. They're not trying to hit. I'm gonna continue to do it because I do think that there needs to be a counter. And so if I harness slow growth, that's just what it is. As long as I am slowly growing, and I just hope the more I do it, the more videos. I don't only have like probably about 50 to 60 videos up. And so I'm gonna continue doing it just so that I can provide some counter to what's going on. I think somebody should do it. So let me go. Mr. Jim Faison says he was 59, she was 30. I hear he was dealing with poor health issues for several years. COVID took a toll on him. So she's 30, okay. But when he married her, she was in her 20s. So, NYC Songman says, salute D. Darrell, the Rebirth, Renaissance Man, Maz Chat. D gathering us all here to conduct one more postmortem on yet another colossal L. Thanks. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Unfortunately. And I'm going to say this, man. I'm going to say this. This image says it all. This image says it all. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing that this man who has talked so much about him as a man and what he's doing and this and that, you 59 years, 50, 60 years old, and this is what you leave behind. And that's just the facts. This is what you leave behind, your wife struggling. So I see Renaissance Man probably got some things he taken care of, so he muted himself. So NY Songman said, if not a licensed clinician counseling folks about relationships, then who? Shaking my head. I'm gonna say this, man. In my channel, my D. Darrell Spears, Coach D. Darrell Spears channel, I'm trying my best not to come off too therapeutic. I'm trying to bring a little bit of my personality along with giving tools and information that can help people and guide people through relationships. I'm talking about marriage because I want people who are going to be marriage minded and family orientated. I'm not in here about picking up women and having sex and pumping and dumping. I understand sex is a part of a relationship, but I'm not about providing short-term answers to a problem. I'm not. And I'm about having grown folk conversation about grown folk stuff. And I'm trying to minimize like research related stuff. I'm minimizing some of the more professional because then I'll start sounding too therapy like, and I don't want to sound too therapy like. It doesn't work as far as you because people get tuned that out. I'm more about presenting realism as far as the day to day aspects of a relationship, because dating is a marathon, it's not a sprint. And so that's what I'm trying to do on my dating coach channel, Coach D Darrell Spears. What's up, BMT?
Oh man, I
What's
just
up,
want
brother?
to say, I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. To all you Manosphere fucking losers, I told you so. I don't give a shit. This is embarrassing as shit. You know how long have they told us? An old man can never hit the wall. You know they can get with a young girl and have all the children they want, and this is their peak. Now we get to keep watching these Negroes die. And every time they die broken, destituted. I don't give a fuck for y'all feelings. Fuck y'all feelings. This is reality. Now you got a girl act. Now you got some family acting for $25,000. This is what reality. This is that reality shit that we be trying to tell. Yup, show that damn shit. That shit is pathetic. $25,000. I hope y'all know $25,000. That's not even a good car. That's not even a good car. So, and depending on where they live, what the hell can somebody do with $25,000 throughout the whole year? That shit will be gone. So,
and some of these places, 25,000 is what people pay property taxes in the Northeast.
Shit. So this is why you know what? All the times we get badgered for that guy. You got goddamn pedophiles donating to this shit. This is how disgustingly sad it has gotten. But I understand the Manosphere is full of all these weirdos and sex offenders and women beaters and scam artists. So this is a normal day-to-day kumbaya moment for some of them. They just wait for, and this is the problem, man. This is the reality. I know y'all, BMT, you talking about a dead black man. Listen, no, we need to have this. This needs to be a mark. I know Negroes don't care, Dieter. Negroes don't care, Renaissance man, because this shit right here. This is all that time. How many times they kept saying an older man should be getting with younger women, and this is the type of shit that happens. You just look for a hospice care wife. But ain't nobody want to carry your dusty ass around and shit, take you to dialysis and all that stuff. Same thing for a lot of these. I mean, no, I gotta be for real, man. This is the reality, man. When y'all say I want my wife to be at home, you know, if she make money, then I can't get no respect. Like, bro, like y'all gotta start living in reality. All this YouTube talking jargon shit is dumb as fuck, bro. This is the reality. Now you got a woman with a child. Now they gotta embarrassingly put her out there to go out there and beg for $25,000. And I can promise you there's a lot of dudes in her inbox trying to holler at her right now. They don't give a fuck. They don't got no sense of respect. Like I said, this is why we told you brothers, y'all need to find respectable men and women, and the ladies too. Stop all this goddamn webcam. I'm gonna be a YouTube star and shit. I'm gonna make millions. All this high value. We ain't seen no high value niggas in this goddamn motherfucker, and since Jesus walked through this motherfucker. And yet you keep hearing these dudes say all this damn babble shit. They going abroad, but yet we keep finding them dying some dusty ass deaths. Like this shit is embarrassing. Now, y'all, I want y'all to understand, man. This is reality. Y'all don't be getting no life insurance. Y'all don't have no health insurance. Y'all damn sure ain't making it to 70 years old. We done seen the goddamn conference. Motherfuckers look like they're ready to go to a wake. How much time we got left with Obsidian? Or a few of these other old ass niggas? Y'all might need to start getting y'all affairs though. Y'all keep talking about pussy. Y'all need to go start getting some goddamn liability insurance. Go get some jobs and shit. Getting on YouTube for 8 hours at a time. Y'all need to go do some shit with y'all lives, man. I don't give a fuck about y'all feelings no more. But y'all, this is the reality that we keep seeing a repeated action. David Carroll, GoFundMe, die broke. All these Negroes dying broke and destituted or out here begging for somebody to come save them. This shit's embarrassing, man. Fuck y'all feelings on how y'all feel about this shit.
Facts.
What up, y'all? I ain't mean to come off like that. Actually, I didn't mean to come off like that.
You have every right to say what you're saying because it's the reality, man. And the thing about it is, it's like people want to support these Negroes, and they think they actually believe what these guys say, and their lives are not reflective of real life, and that's just a fact. What's up, Faith? Good to see you in here, Queen. I see you living your best life. I see you living your best life, baby. I see that.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna keep on doing it, baby. Yes. What's up, BMT?
What going on, Faith? What's up?
Nothing much. I came here not for the fellas, because you guys got that down pat. I'm here for the ladies.
Uh-oh. Let me shut up. Get on mute. I'm going on mute.
Uh-oh.
Let this be a lesson. Just let this be a lesson. See, this is what I was trying to tell you. Every time I tried to tell the young women, just because a man is older doesn't mean that he is better, doesn't mean that he's more mature. It doesn't mean anything. But you let guys like Kevin Samuels get on here and he fill your head with all this little nonsense. Hurry up and get married. 25, you hit the wall. But look what happened to him. Look who he died on top of.
Right.
Look what happened to a lot of these guys. But they want to sit up here and talk to you. You're like 22, 23, 24, 25. Got your whole life ahead of you. But they don't want you to be educated. They want you to throw your life away and cater everything over to them. Put everything over into that basket. I wonder what that 22 or 20 whatever year old that ARC married. I wonder how she feel now.
You can see in the picture right there. That picture tell you how she feel. Shit,
It's
that's
pitiful.
how she feel. That's how she feel.
That girl looked defeated, boy. That girl looked defeated. Shit.
Right, but you know what? She really thought that she got the bag. And this is what I be trying to tell young women. Get your own bag. There's no such thing as you sitting up here and wanting to live off somebody. Ain't nobody doing that in these day and age. Look, we got inflation.
Mm-hmm.
We are in a recession. They have not announced it, but we are in a recession.
Uh-huh.
And you all are still running around here talking about sugar babying it up, getting with some sugar daddy and all this other stuff. That's you all ain't doing nothing but Section 8 pimping.
Go lay on your back, baby. Go lay on your back.
These old men ain't got nothing. Especially you, and I hate to say it, but the brothers, our people, our men ain't got it like that. I'm just gonna be honest. And I've been trying to tell you this. Get your own, ladies. Get your own shit. And marry not just for money.
Facts.
See, it is, people act as if it's a curse to have a message where you tell young women to marry for love.
Well, I won't say marry for love alone, but you do want to love the person. I definitely agree with you.
Yeah, but here's the thing. D-Darrell, it goes without saying that you want the man to be about something and have other attributes, but there's nothing wrong with also marrying for love. It goes without saying you got to have somebody that's reliable, that knows how to adult. That's what the vetting process is for. I don't think that I should have to tell grown people that you need to find somebody that's going to be reliable and know how to adult.
You do.
Nah, you do.
Unfortunately, Faith, you do. You do. You have to do that, Faith.
But here's the thing: when you all start talking about, that's part of the whole get married young thing. Is when people are in their early 20s, they can kind of fake you out and like, oh, well, you know, I'm working on this, and that. And once you get into your early 30s or your late 20s, you're gonna start to see, okay, this guy really hasn't got anything, or this person doesn't have anything going on. Because if you aren't moving in a direction by your mid to late 20s of being productive, it's not happening. You're gonna be a bum, pretty much.
Now, I got a question for Faith. You listening, Queen?
Go ahead.
Now,
I'm listening.
Now, see, this is now. I know this is a question for women in Miss Currie's position. Now, if you, let's say you have I know you got 2 daughters, right?
Yeah, I have 3 daughters.
Oh, yeah, 3 daughters. Okay. I'm not saying, let's just say hypothetically, one of your daughters is in the same position as this woman, in which she's 20, because she's 30 now, but she married him when she was like in a 27, 28. And she wanted to marry a 50, 55, 57-year-old man, right? Okay.
Run.
What you as a mother, with your, all your experience and everything, what would you tell your daughter about what she has to look for to avoid a man like this if she was to marry? Like, what are the things you're trying to prevent her from making a mistake in if she were to marry a man 57 years old?
Well, first of all, I wouldn't even let that happen. But
okay, but I'm just saying hypothetically.
Hypothetically, if that were to be the case, I would have her look at where he is at 57. At 57, he should be extremely well established. And I'm not just talking about houses, because anybody can have a house. I'm just saying, people are in debt with their houses.
Right.
Look at how he would look at the upkeep of the house. Look at if he is able to afford to maintain that. Look at whether or not this man has other investments. Look at whether or not this man also has his retirement on point. Look at whether or not this man is speaking about, what he's going to do once he's no longer here, and if he's aware of his mortality like that.
Right.
Look at his maturity level. If he's talking about having a child and he's about to hit over to 60, what kind of provisions is he going to create for you and a child that he's not going to be around here for? These are all the things that you want to be looking at and you want to have as a discussion. And you want it to also be something that he has put some action towards. Because if he just coming to you with some mode 1 nonsense and his penis in his hand, talking about some hurry up and marry, I'm the last train leaving, and all this other nonsense they be talking about online, run. Because he about to leave you in the lurch.
What about a man who got a 401k, but you ain't listed as a beneficiary, so you can't even tap into the 401k that he had?
No, that's a no-go.
But that's what happened.
If the man, if he doesn't have 401k, he doesn't have at the very least a will.
No, he had.
Did he have a will?
No, listen, Faith. He had a 401k that she could not get into because she was not listed as a beneficiary on it.
Oh my God! Wow.
That's one of the reasons why you see this picture that you see right now, is because they found out that she cannot access his 401k.
He intended to do that. He intended that. But
see my thing. But see, this is I get what you're saying, and Renaissance says something similar. But then I'm looking at this. You have a child, fool. Why would you do that and you leave your child without any money?
It was just some people, believe it or not, D-Darrell, are selfish.
That is irresponsible.
But it's selfish. I know. I understand you. But when I say trophy wife, look at my trophy family. You got a lot of black men that have family, but they don't give a shit about that. They just want to say, showboat. Look at my young girl I got on my arm. Look at my
That's
son.
it.
They don't give a fuck about them motherfuckers got clothes on, or kid walking around ashy looking destitute, or the girl got any brains in her or something. Don't talk. Don't talk when we get around people now. I just want you to look cute. This is why they like these goddamn subservient dumb broads that don't got no skills, education, or any kind of fortitude of knowledge. I listen to y'all in them chats. Why she got to go to school? That don't matter if the man make money. I'm like, what the fuck?
It matters because they want them dumb so they can do what Arthur Allen Currie did to his wife. It is the ultimate financial abortion. As an old man, you can get with a young girl, knock her up, and die.
Damn, that's the biggest finesse, boy. And the thing about it was, it's scary because when we get older and we mature, you start thinking of things to leave in case something happens. You know what I'm saying? Like something happens, we got certain funds, insurance, wills, policies set up that you start sitting down with your loved ones and say, hey, like in case this happens, you know what I'm saying? This is set up for y'all. Or in case it happened, the house is already set up. It'll be paid off, so you don't have to work. You know what I'm saying? That's somebody said. Listen, man, this dude did not die with shit set up for this woman, and that shows a lot of how selfish. I'm sorry, man. That is not a good man. I don't know how y'all feel, man. But a good man is not gonna leave that kind of stuff. Like, oh well, he left $60,000, bro. When you start counting funeral costs, the bill, the hospital, all that stuff, that shit starts getting eat the fuck up real fast, man. And they will, any debts that you do have get passed over to the next person. They get passed over real quick. They start playing hot potato on who got to assume to take the responsibility of that. I find it very disgusting. Even the brothers say, hey, we need a legacy fund to take care of Alan Roger Currie's son. I'm like, God damn, what kind of uncle are you? What the fuck? Y'all asking for outside help instead of y'all so-called take care of your own goddamn legacy of your seed?
And they didn't even give that much. They barely got $4,800 for all he did. That's the best y'all could do.
That's an L, bro. That's an L right there. You know what I'm saying? You asking online strangers to support this. Man, stop, bro. Y'all stop playing, bro. Stop playing, man.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Like I said, the ultimate financial abortion. Where J.I. at? He need to add that to, whatever list he got for the financial
J.I., stay back.
Hey, J.I., there's your financial abortion. Get you a woman when you're 70, get her pregnant, and die.
Shit.
That's sad, man.
I'm gonna say this, man. Like, I don't know, like, so none of you all seen this. None of y'all knew about this GoFundMe. Did anybody know about this prior to me putting it up?
No, I didn't.
I just saw it yesterday.
Okay, I learned about this. BMT, I learned about this a week ago. Over a week ago, because O'Shea put it on a community tab.
No.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. The reason why I didn't talk about this, I saw really what made me decide to do the video was when I saw what's the guy name from Las Vegas? MOT did a thing did a video on Alan Roger about his legacy and all that shit. And I'm like, well, damn, maybe I need to talk about this nigga legacy, what lack thereof. And so when I saw that, for some reason in the algorithm, O'Shea popped up with something and he showed the GoFundMe. Support your brother, family. I'm like, what? I said, support what? I said, you mean to tell me the man that claimed he was a bestseller on Amazon and the New York Times and all this stuff, and comedian, and you doing all these speeches? You mean to tell me when I saw that GoFundMe, man, I almost dropped my phone. Because he was actually a person I actually thought was one of the few that probably had his, shit together. And then when I saw that, I was like, I'll be damned. You know,
Yeah.
I'm like, this man is like six. Like, so that means to tell me that your mindset towards life and the fact that, and like somebody, I think Faith, you said he probably tricked the money off on other women, I think he may have done some of that, because there's no way in hell you leave your wife and children penniless with all of these accolades you claim that you obtained in life, and you don't have nothing to show for it.
Sad to say, D. Darrell, you and I both know, as well as Renaissance, as just as the men, a lot of black men leave their wives and their children penniless when they leave the grave. They leave their kids penniless, man. That's a bad trope black men have with their children. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't speaking ill of the dead, but that's kind of one of those things, you know what I'm saying, why you got where some black women hide the money from the black men. I'm being honest with y'all.
True.
This is why some women, listen, my grandma did that shit to my granddad. God rest his soul. But the nigga goddamn had a drinking problem. So my grandma said, oh yeah, we had the money after we paid all them damn bills. She had to lie to him. Because she knew that nigga goddamn was goddamn taking the money to go buy liquor and fuck women. And y'all can say, well, damn, you gonna speak on your granddad like that? No, I just call it out for what it is.
He was
And you know what, BMT, that makes me think of this, because black men always say that black women spend money. We don't know how to budget. We don't know how to save and all this type of stuff. But there are a lot of black men, like you said, dying broke and not leaving their family nothing. But they say we got a problem with our spending. We spend money on the hair. They always talk about the hair. They always talk about the makeup and the clothes and all this, that, and the other. But they don't talk about their spending. Like you said, they're spending on liquor. They got gambling problems. They're tricking the money off. They're doing that. You know, it may not be hair, makeup, and all this other stuff, but it's still not budgeting. You're still not saving. You're not thinking about your family. You're no better than the black women you talk about.
That's a black community problem, because I see on Facebook, and whether it's black men or black women, we are really poor planners economically as far as financial literacy. That's a black community problem, because I see so much stuff with people you think was okay, and they got, when I see GoFundMe, they let me know something ain't right. When I see GoFundMe for a black woman or black male, something wrong. That means you didn't plan for the future. That means you made some bad financial decisions, because there ain't no way you can get a simple $100,000 policy for like $20-$30. Ain't no way you should be leaving your family with nothing and you can't afford to bury yourself. Go ahead, brother.
But see, you know the thing about that, when you go get those policies now, they ask you to go get a physical. And so that way they can know, like, but they're gonna ask you questions on the policy. Shout out to the brothers who come on and talk about insurance. They're like, hey, do you have any pre-existing medical issues? You got this going on. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, some people withhold that kind of stuff from their loved one. This is why, fellas, sometimes it is a blessing having a woman by your side, because women will tell a man, hey, baby, you should go to the doctor. Hey, baby, when the last time you got your colon checked? You know, we supposed to be looking out for each other. That's the thing. You know, I'm not sure. You know, this is where it comes to being selfish, man. You know, some people don't want to die alone.
Black men don't like going to the doctor.
It's not even just about having the woman by your side. A lot of these guys don't respect the woman. Even if that woman were to tell someone like ARC, hey, you know what? You need to get checked out. You need to go to the doctor. You need to get an insurance policy. He didn't get with her because of her man, though. He didn't want her to have a man. He got with her because she was young, dumb, and she was able to overlook those things. That's why he got with him. These women are not putting women by their side that's going to be able to look out for their best interest. They're putting women by their side to be some kind of trophy piece.
Oh, yeah, because you got guys saying, I don't care about a woman's education.
That's stupid.
Exactly. But you want this
that's like one of the most stupid things I ever seen in my life. I'm just listening, man. Don't they know that a lot of wealthy guys have educated wives that they married young in college. A lot of these guys that are highly successful, they found their wife in college. They didn't just go find any little thing off the street and decide to marry. Like Bill Gates' wife, that lady is, like, come on, man. Like if you look at the wealthiest men, billionaires, a lot of these guys got married young. They did not wait till they were 50, 60, 70 years old to get married. And I'm just saying, man, like, I'm scared to see what happens next. Who will be the next person coming that pass away? Then we find out, oh, they ain't have this, they ain't have that. Because we saw it with David Carroll, which I kind of had a feeling he was fake. Because nothing about him, I always question whether or not he worked, especially when, like, say back in like 16, 17, when he did a whole lot of content back then. I always questioned him. And then you look at Kevin Sam, it's been well documented his lack of. I mean, let's be honest. He was unsuccessful for like 3 years of his life. The last 3 years. The other years, the guy was working, selling Avon. The guy was working, making like $10.50 at Office Depot or whatever the hell he was working at. And he spent all his money on clothes and boots.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he spent his money on. You got unpaid child support towards a child you ain't even taking. Even when he got the money, he wasn't taking care of his own daughter. Daughter in college struggling, probably in all kind of debt, and you ain't trying to pay her tuition, give her money to live off of. This girl probably working and trying to go through school. So this is the shit that I'm looking at, like with some of these guys. And your resume, your life resume just don't support this shit that you're saying. And you miseducating black men to follow suit and have the same experience. That's my biggest problem. Just misleading other men to have this same life. Like it's embarrassing, man, to see people having to do GoFundMe accounts.
Well, they weren't telling these men to do what they're doing, what they're actually doing, what they actually got caught doing after they died. They're telling these men, you got to be a boss, you got to have investments and all this other stuff. And you're thinking that they're really doing it. And they got these young women out here thinking they're really doing it, and everybody's buying into the lie. But then when you pull back the shells or the covers on the onion, they're not doing none of the stuff that they're preaching about.
None, absolutely none of it. And the thing about it is, you would see ARC get on panels and say about this, and young men got to do this. This is a woman this, a woman that. You could do this. He told y'all wasn't here when I played the audio of him manipulating a woman and stuff and disrespecting. He told a story. I don't know if it was true or not, but y'all missed the story that I showed. I played a video of him giving a scenario of how he manipulated a woman and all this other different stuff. And you should have just heard the people in the crowd just giving him all kinds of gratification and cheering him on. And I'm listening like, are y'all serious? This man talked to this woman like this, disrespected her, said all this kind of stuff, and y'all think this shit is like what you should do in a real relationship. I just was shaking my head. I'm like, this is not how real men think. This is not how real men think. This is not how real men function. But
we're not trying to beat up on ARC or his wife. Okay, when I say that his wife, or women like her that marry men like ARC might not be right.
You can't finish his push-ups.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. No, when I'm saying that she may not be, women like that, I'm not going to say she wasn't that bright, but women like that may not be too bright. If you marry a man, before you marry him, you should know how his finances are put together. Right. You should never, ever be in a situation like this where you're having to post a GoFundMe because your man basically didn't leave you nothing. You can't be too bright to have gotten with someone like that.
Right. You can't. I'm gonna say this: when you could not have access to the 401k, that told the story for me. I'm like, ain't no way in the hell you. And for a man to not want to leave that, I know BMT said he was being selfish, but what the hell you doing marrying a woman if you don't trust her to manage money that's needed to take care of the child you created? This shit is baffling to me. That you would put somebody in that position for a child you created. Like to me, this is like simple elementary stuff, man. You get a life insurance policy. All of your finances, you have your wife sign off, be a signer on your accounts. In case something happens to you, even if you did, let's just say you were sick and couldn't take care of yourself, she would need access to these things to take care of you.
Exactly.
What if you were mentally incompetent and could not take care of yourself, or something happened mentally to you? That person needs that money to take care of you. And I'm like, this is a 60-year-old man that had this thought process. This shit is ridiculous.
But see, these are people that are getting married and they have a what's mine is mine, concept for the marriage.
That's crazy.
So he married her. This is my money. You know what I'm saying? The only thing you need to know is that I may let you have some of it. And she married him. Okay, I want your money. I don't need to know nothing else but that I'm getting. That's what that type of marriage looks like to me. And so when something like this happens, when something catastrophic happens and you really need to get your hands on some assets, you can't.
And see,
because this is how you were in your marriage. This is how you all ran the marriage.
Right. And Miss Queen Snow Bunny said maybe he thought he had time. Man, you don't know that. You can't. Nobody know how much time they got. I mean, you have to have things in place for emergencies, for crisis, and death.
Right.
Life presents. That's the point of having these things in order. This shit should have been talked about in the premarital phase, in engagement. That shit should have been talked about then.
It should have been, hey, you know what? We're going to get together and combine. What's mine is yours and what's yours is mine. Yeah. Not what's mine is mine and yours is yours, and we just keep everything separated. That's what they were doing. When people die like that, that's the type of marriage that they have.
I'm going to say this as a therapist, I've seen it go bad both ways. I've seen situations where men have married women with more money than them, and they didn't have access. And I've seen stuff where women married men and the shit didn't go right. One of the worst scenarios I had seen was that I noticed this woman was with this guy for like 30 some years, and the woman did not know that the man had a child. Well, actually, she did know he had a child, right? But she didn't really know the child. This man left. To me, look, I get it. You leave stuff to your child. He left his wife nothing and gave everything to his child. 30 years of marriage. And you know what? That child that he had didn't give a damn about her well-being. Matter of fact, she kicked her out the house, gave her 30 days to get out the house. That's one of my worst. See, this is some real shit. This is real stuff, man. Like, marriage is not nothing to play. Marriage is a serious thing.
And now, would the child be able to legally do that? I mean, did he legally just put everything in the kid's name?
Yes.
Wow, he didn't care nothing about his wife.
Faith, listen to me. Let me tell you what he did. You remember when you talked about the illusion of things? He gave her an illusion of comfortableness. He had rent houses. He had 401k that had well over $500,000. He had about 3 or 4 rent houses, had money in the bank, and you know who it all was, and he had a will. Everything was willed to his daughter. The only thing that she was able to get some access, I think his Social Security benefits went that the survivor benefits, that's all she was able to get.
That's all she might have been able to get.
That's it.
But you know what, D. Darrell, you said it perfectly. That's exactly what I was hitting at earlier for the ladies. These guys will come on here with that Kevin Samuels rhetoric, talking about hurry up and get married and your educational meaning thing. Let your man take care of you. All you have to do is bring your size 6 booty over here and all this other stuff. No, what D. Darrell said is right on the target. These men are selling you an illusion of comfort.
Yeah, it was an illusion, and the illusion was the guy. You know, she had a little business and stuff. She was doing group homes and stuff like that. He paid for all of that. Matter of fact, he let her. You know, he took one of his homes, let her use that. I mean, he gave her an illusion of comfort. But when it came to the real paperwork, she didn't have nothing.
Hey, D-Darrell. No, that's the same. Basically, they're taking a page out of the same game that these white men used to run on white women back in the day.
Oh, big time. White men are notorious. For those who want to, white men are notorious for shit like this. White men are notorious for hiding assets and shit from their wives and doing all kinds of laundering and all that kind of shit. They the masters at that game. But you know, and we gotta look at it like this. So for all this high value shit, you know, what about? And I'm gonna say this: why won't nobody talk about where you are, she is where she's at in life, whether you're high value or not, but you are working together to build and have more value for each other. Because a lot of people, when they get in marriage, they're not high value on either side. But see, nobody wants to talk about you, like fake. You know, you put your money on what you got, and we work together with what we got, so we can build that over time. This whole thing about thinking you're gonna get all these check boxes before you get married. I mean, less than 5% of black men earn over $100,000. Yes, so you can miss me with that shit. So if you think, no matter how good you think you look, and to me, the big thing is that you're overvaluing what a person makes instead of how much wealth they build. Because they got not many, but they got people who make probably $60,000-$70,000, but they have invested their money and they have assets that trump $100,000 a year. I know men personally that make over $200,000-$300,000 and they broke in debt. I know men like this.
Oh yeah, that's because here's the thing: lifestyle creep.
Yeah, I know men.
You buy a fancier car, you buy a bigger house, and all that has expenses that come with it. You go on more vacations. It's just you get in a crowd of friends who spend a lot of money, so you do it. Yeah,
the trips, you taking all these trips and all this other shit. You going out, you got the memberships at the club and you spending money on women and stuff. I know men that have make well over $200,000-$300,000 and they got millions, they got debt, they got all this stuff. They living in these little what they call the little Playboy suites and all this other shit, $5,000 a month suite that they living in downtown. They got the best of everything and they in debt. So you see, and this is and when he came out with this stuff, everybody on this panel was critical of what Kevin Samuel. I know Faith, you was definitely critical. I know BMT, you gave your thing. I know Renaissance Man, you talked about. I remember this. This was back in 2020 when he started.
I've been exposed that nigga a long time ago. I've been exposed Kevin.
When we, I've been on Kevin there. I've been on his behalf since he first started coming out with rhetoric.
Fuck y'all, daddy. Fuck y'all, daddy.
So when he started coming up with this quasi measuring stick of what black women should be looking and where they should be and what men should be, his whole life he ain't fit none of that shit that he talked about.
Nope, not at all.
And see, and these people, and this is the real, and this is something else I want to speak of, because these Negroes are putting out this thing about how much money they make in YouTube now, and this is something I was gonna do content. These Negroes not gonna really say. There's a lot of people that you think making money off YouTube, and they not making that much money off of YouTube. And to me, like say, I'm gonna give you an example. Kevin Samuels did not make as much money off YouTube as people think he made. Because all that money he got, the super chats, they took 30%, and then the money that he got out that 30%, Uncle Sam took 35%.
Mm-hmm.
So on top of that, you got to look to D Darrell in the sense of, like you said, the debt, but then the fact that you haven't been making money for so long, and you just have this big spike in income. Usually that doesn't end well, because like you said, you talk about the car he bought, stuff like that. People get all this money and they're like, "Oh, I got to make up for what I was doing."
And then you also have to look at his fake it till you make it lifestyle, because he was borrowing a lot of stuff, and he was paying things on time, and he was buying people, buying exposure, buying names, buying all those women that was coming on to his show with what was that one girl that had like she had a really big name, she was well known. He paid her.
Oh, you mean the one the one with the orange hair from California? Or Brittany Grant, or her, and then he also paid Grinner or whatever her name was.
And had to pay for their shopping expenses. Yeah, like I said, like this is the problem. I be trying to tell a lot of y'all black people, man, for all these motherfucking goddamn dudes saying they multi this and that. Listen, dude, ain't no way you got this much time to spend on no fucking YouTube, bro. Like, y'all gotta understand, a lot of this shit is play. I'm just being honest with you, man. Just because they say you have that amount of money, don't actually mean that person is who has the money. It's the doggone brand. And then even with that, see, this is why I said Negroes are dumb. I really believe there's a special entity going on. Because looking at that damn funeral, I said, that ain't no fucking $1 million funeral. What the fuck? That's a goddamn A&E goddamn church picnic funeral. Like, no. But see, this is where you got it, where people, they don't understand that people who want to live the finesse of the lifestyle and smoke the cigar, drink the whiskey, jump in a car and shit. But goddamn it, you can't even pay off your child support.
But
now, that shit's backwards.
And here's the thing, Real, you probably know this too, because you were saying that a lot of low key, especially not in our community, because a lot of us like the flash, but in other communities, a lot of the people who have the money, you don't even know it, because they don't even live the lifestyle like that people think.
They sure don't.
Well, someone said it down there in the audience. That's the reason why people should live a minimalist lifestyle. I'm all for that.
Right.
But see, here's the thing about it, and this is the thing I don't understand when you have these conversations and stuff like this, and you got people trying to flex and do all this stuff. I'm telling y'all right now, man, this shit has set back a lot of black people. This is why it's hard to take these conversations serious. When, first of all, if you truly do trust your mate or love your mate, y'all would be trying to figure out how y'all can both build together off each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, your woman doggone working at the U.S. Postal Office and you working driving a tow truck, y'all can build a nice lifestyle. I don't want y'all to be thinking that, hey, because the Joneses are living one lifestyle that I'm not making it. Y'all, we got to stop that shit, man. This is what's setting back a lot of black people. Just goddamn compare and compete. At the end of the day, I could give a flying fuck what the fuck you doing in your goddamn house. I'm just letting y'all know that right now, bro. What you and your mate do to take care of y'all children and y'all kids and shit. But I mean, I can only say that's a sad thing. This man ain't even have no money together to take care of his kid's education. So that's that. And listen, y'all quit trying that shit that we trying to take care of black education. Nigga, please. Ain't no way you got all them college friends and they can't help that boy out with education. See, this is what I call that bullshit cat. Don't be trying to use babies and women for y'all goddamn lateral speed of I'm doing this for the children. Y'all gotta mess with that bullshit. You gonna have to put that boy in some public school and goddamn go ahead and start helping him out. Lady, whoever you are, Miss Currie, go get a job, baby. They hiring right now all over America. They hiring. So you can go take your ass to work, baby. There ain't no shame in getting with some men and women who are either blue collar or white collar. We keep shaming people about their jobs because they don't. Well, how much you make? Well, okay. Are you paying your bills? Are your car payments on time? Is your credit getting good, or are you fixing it up? We all know niggas took a hit during COVID.
Wait,
this is reality.
Wait,
man, yo,
wait,
down here in the chat.
Yo, man, he's taking up for Kitten Hills.
Wait, but here's the thing.
Listen, that nigga was broke, bro. I know exactly where that nigga lived. That nigga was renting out a fucking goddamn place from a white woman that literally, that nigga ran up the bills, and then he was renting out a goddamn park. Y'all daddy was broke, nigga. Get over it. The nigga didn't have the fucking money. I know y'all want to believe that. And also down there in Atlanta, listen. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Wait, that's fake it till you make it city right there, boy. Atlanta, I used to live there. That's fake it till you make it all day.
They got businesses down there in Atlanta, Renaissance, where you can fake like you actually got the car. That's not your car. You just renting the motherfucker. Drive it, lease it. You can. People do that. Listen, y'all know I work at the big clubs. Y'all don't think people? I don't see people renting goddamn Ferraris, Lambos.
Yeah.
Listen, everything. Listen, bro. You can nowadays. The people who got money are leasing their shit because they can't afford it. So they'll get some dummy who want to fake it and pretend that they got money, and doggone just, hey, you can rent my car for an hour or two. Oh, for real? For my birthday? Yeah. Or for some YouTube views? Yep. Y'all don't think people ain't doing that shit? But see, that's a sad thing. It's so easy to fool the Negro. This is why people get over y'all, bro. Shit you not, bro.
Yep.
So this is sad, man. Y'all believe anything, man. Even after people done come out and say, yeah, bro, this shit ain't real. Now, come on now. Bestseller, just because you say, I got a bestseller, shit, that don't mean you living that lifestyle. That don't mean you're doing good.
Well, even if you're a bestseller, it's all about your contract and your royalties. How much royalties are you getting? Did you buy? Are they getting all of it because they paid for all the distribution? How'd you strip? We know about 360 deals. TLC for all those records and did get got like a penny per record or something like that.
We broke, y'all. Yep, that's the exact words that they said. We broke. We ain't got no money. We broke. Came right out there fucking mouth.
Hey,
so this shit's real.
Nah, D-Darrell, I was gonna even say BMT. The other thing that's stood out in this, where is like his like you said doesn't he have like a brother or something? Like where is the extended family of his to help take care of the child as well?
Shit.
Listen, bro. That's the thing. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. Like, this is what happens when your family or your people don't got their affairs in order. And I guess they're one proud sheep. The brother who wrote the fucking book was the one end all be all claim to fame. Sadly, that's how it is for a lot of families. You got one person that, you know what I'm saying, that did that I guess, you know what I'm saying, hey, I wrote a book. So, and I went to college. He might have been that one for his family. He spoke about shit like that. But see, once that person gone, God didn't think to either hey, bro, teach us what we can do. This is what you call teaching people how to fish for themselves.
Oh no, the reason I asked that BMT, his dad, I know, like I said, we were talking earlier with D-Darrell, his dad was one of the first black dentists, I believe, in Indiana. So he at least came from that upper middle class family. Like that, I don't know about the rest of them. I'm just surprised, like I said. I know for me, like if I had a brother or a sister and they died and their child, essentially my nephew or niece or whoever was in trouble, you would think they'd be involved as well.
Sadly, Renaissance, black families aren't intact like that, like they used to, man. Where something happened, I could call brother D-Darrell and say, hey, bro, like I'm not feeling too good, but I want to know, man, this is my information. If I fall, listen, bro, I'd rather you or Faith come, I'm not going to leave the burden on y'all, but just make sure my people are good. That's the brother. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to put stress on him because he got his own family, but I'm at least make sure that the brother like, hey, bro, just come by and check up on my people, man. Just come by and cut my grass or some shit, you know.
Well, I just wanted to speak to this comment that's on the stream because someone says that his legacy is about being an authentic, upfront, and straightforward man. And my whole
Well, I
thing
guess it
is,
wasn't that.
was he being authentic, upfront, and straightforward when he died, leaving his wife and his child nothing? Did he tell her that he was going to leave her with nothing? Because if he didn't, you know,
he was not an authentic, upfront, straightforward man. If you didn't tell your wife what would happen if something bad would have happened to you. See, we too much. See, this is the problem with the community, man. We too enamored with the swag and the talking points and shit. But we're not looking at what really counts. That and to be honest with you, what the hell is a legacy of authentic, upfront, straightforward? What legacy? What is that gonna do for anybody?
Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing.
Same thing he did for everybody. Not a damn thing.
That's not a front. Y'all gotta understand, man. Listen, you're talking to family people, man. Like if I really care about you, if I really care about you, I'm gonna tell you, like, hey, y'all, I don't got it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not getting better. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell my spouse that, so that way they don't have to guess or shit. Hell, and that's the thing about it. Ladies, y'all need to start asking y'all, man. Hey, baby, when the last time we checked the will? When the last time we checked the paper? Y'all do know that some of that shit has expiring dates on it. Shit. Y'all need to definitely check these paperwork or these taxes or find out the stuff. Don't be afraid. If the man or the woman is acting all kind of skittish about when you ask these questions, that motherfucker playing games. Y'all better start asking these questions to people y'all fucking with. Don't be laying by them and smiling, looking up at the ceiling, and damn, I hope they don't find about the debt that I accumulated. Shit. That's a bad thing to happen. They'll let you know after that funeral. Y'all better start asking these motherfucking questions. I'm telling y'all right now, man. Ain't nothing worse than hit with that debt.
I mean, just for the simple fact that some of y'all feel y'all need somebody to tell you that you're supposed to be upfront with a woman, whether or not you just want to have sex with her. That's really sad.
Dark times, man. Dark times ahead.
Man, they got some delusional people in the chat. He says, how did he leave his family broke? ARC had a lot of well-to-do clients. No,
Where they at? Where the fuck they at?
Where are those well-to-do clients when you got your wife and your son with a big-ass picture, I guess, looking like this? Where are well-to-do clients for that? What are you talking about, man?
Not my children. I'll never have them on here begging strangers.
Tell his wife to stop embarrassing his legacy with that GoFundMe.
Exactly. This thing about y'all don't really know. Yes, we do know Kevin Samuels. We knew Kevin Samuels before he became Kevin Samuels. I remember when nobody liked Kevin Samuels. I remember.
And you know what's crazy about that? You know what's crazy about that, D. Darrell? When we was on panels, me and you were some of the very few that didn't even tease the nigga. Y'all, the other niggas that were also kissing his ass, they were calling him all kind of names, gay, the F word, all kind of stuff, making fun of him, calling him talk like a white boy. Like now all of a sudden, oh yeah, Kevin was my good friend. Kevin was my pal. Kevin was my buddy. Like get the fuck out of here. Y'all dudes were talking about beating his ass up and running up on him and stuff. That's why he went over to the B1s and all the other damn groups. Nigga was goddamn panel hopping to find out same thing for the niggas that said they fuck with the BBS group. They didn't fuck with him. They were calling him names too. Y'all they were all treating him like shit. Now all of a sudden they all wanted to get put on by him because women started coming around him. Yeah. Tell that narrative. Keep the truth, man. Stop that lying shit, bro.
We knew Kevin Samuels before he was Kevin. Before he turned into what happened. And the thing about it, man, this is what people got to understand. Kevin Samuel had a decent channel before, he made it real big. But that shit happened by chance. It was by chance that the average at best thing went viral and all that just like just pearly things. All that shit happened by chance. So I'm like, so this is not like he was just this instant star that came about and took over YouTube and stuff. No, that
Okay. I'm sorry, D the Real. Mac Bones, he's down here in the chat. I understand that it wasn't just about women, but if somebody got to tell you not to laugh.
Oh, that's his fan. That's his biggest fan right there.
Now. What you're saying is a man is basically telling y'all not to laugh.
And he lied. Bro, every day was a stupider creature in the world. They must be, they, oh my God, bro.
Now, I'm quite sure your mom told you that land was wrong. I'm quite sure your grandmama told you that land was wrong. But when ARC tell you it's a legacy.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, but that's the truth. Hey, listen, look, you can't. Another thing I learned, though, I noticed that when people rock with a certain person, they let all logic go out the window. You can't. They let logic goes out the window when they when they support somebody. So Muslim Act, what happened to KS Money in your opinion? Well, it's not a matter of what happened to the money, is how much money he didn't have, as much money as we would think he had, because of his lifestyle and the fact that he had taxes, and YouTube took 30%. That's what happened to the money. He may have left a little change, but he had a lot of debt.
Government turned around, took another 30.
Yeah.
You got to deal with those back taxes and child support payments that you owe.
He
and
owed
then you
money.
Maintain the lifestyle as well.
Look, man, just Pearly, there were not a lot of people buying that $8.99 package that he had. Just Pearly and a few other fools bought that shit. Kevin Samuel was not making that money. He made a lot of money, but he did not make the money people thought he made. He may have grossed $2 million, but out of that $2 million, he probably cleared maybe $700,000-800,000. And I'm being generous on that.
Listen, that nigga was struggling, man. Like I said, this is how I know Black people. Y'all show just how badly we need parents in the home, bro. Because y'all be looking for daddies, mommies, and saviors. Y'all believe a goddamn anorexic white bitch that come around here with no goddamn life fortitude, and all she says is some shit about Black people. Oh man, it must be the truth. I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, it's like anybody could just come in and say all the wildest shit, and then when you have professionals that hear these people say these things and say that don't make no sense. No, they got money. That's why it has to be real. Listen, bro, y'all ain't learned shit from goddamn the way Kanye talk. Sometimes they damn. Go ahead, bro.
No, I was gonna quickly say BMT. The other thing is too, the athletes. Like you see the athletes go broke making millions of dollars, and they in a few years they have no money. Like, we've seen this before. That's why I don't think people are like, oh well, he made a couple $1 million 1 year, so there's no way he can be broke.
Shit.
Absolutely, there is.
There's plenty of people that made. I remember the year Hammer made $33 million 1 year and was broke the next. MC, he made $33 million. This was in like 1991, and he was broke the next year. He was broke.
I heard it was bad contracts.
Yeah, but you know who messed up Hammer money? Hammer's brother messed up his money. Man, Hammer and it's another thing Black folks like to do. You up there got your brother handling your money. Instead of getting you a real accountant or somebody that's a money manager, you got your brother managing your money, managing your finances and your career, instead of getting a real professional, somebody with a track record. Man, his brother was buying race horses, putting money in all kind of stuff that was bad investments. And that's where the money went. That's where the bulk of that money went.
But a nigga right now, a goddamn pastor talking about Jesus is crazy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I swear, bro.
Hammer,
The Negro stupid.
Hammer's brother lost his money. Now I'm not now you don't want to put your brother. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not putting no family members in charge of my money. I don't give a damn what you was doing. I don't mix family and money. Just rule of thumb for me. I mean, but he did. But there's a lot of
how we do in the Black community. You know, the families start coming around and embarrassing you and shaming you, and oh, you know, you doing me like this. This how come Black people can't come up because we don't want to help one another out and all this other stuff. You know how we do, D-Real.
Yes, I do know because I've been through that. And what I say is that I love you enough to keep that relationship. And if I give you money, it may mess up that relationship.
Cloud that. Yep. Let them know.
Answer. Now, let me tell you something, guys. Let me tell y'all a story since we want to get on the family. So I had family members, you know, this was when I was really starting to make money back in like 11, 12, when my business was really, really kicking in. Next thing you know, the church I grew up in, this little bitty church, I'm from a small town, Louisiana. They want to hop up and all of a sudden they want to get a $4,000 sign in a little town that ain't got no more than 2,500 people. You want a big $4,000 fancy sign on the highway. And they gonna have the audacity to ask me to spend $4,000 on a sign. Man, the response that I gave, whew, I'm talking about people I ain't hear from in 2 or 3 years. All of a sudden, you got my number miraculously asking me for money to pay for a sign. Man, get out of here.
The Lord told us you bless us, D-Real.
Shit. Well, he didn't tell me that. or you know, then or something. And then the thing about it, man, some of the stories, man, like, well, you know, so and so lost everything she had in the fire, and she sure could use a couple grand that you couldn't spare. And I'm like, are you serious? People I ain't talked to in some people I ain't even like, whether you my family or not. I don't even like you. So why make you think I'm just gonna give you some money?
But you know what? Some people got that begging spirit. I tell you. Yep. And we got it bad, especially in the Black community. That begging spirit is real strong.
It's bad, man. And they come up with the most pitiful stories, try to, and we trying hard, and we, all these little stories and this person and that person doing bad, and we could just use your help. And my answer is this: when they do that, I say, when was the last time we talked? That'd be my question. Oh, you know what? I've been busy. We ain't talking 3 years. So, but you find it to call me for this, but we ain't talking 3 years. No, the answer is no.
Oh, but don't you like it though when they turn around and they try to call you broke because you don't want to help them because they beg.
Well,
so
that's between me and my bank account.
Wait a minute, but they begging, but you broke because you won't give it to them.
Let me answer a question. Yes, I do have life insurance. Yes, I do have policies on me and the missus. Yes, I do have property set aside for my family. Yes, I do not make these reckless, dumbass, discussional decisions and shit that these niggas talk about. I go to work. I work more than a lot of you motherfuckers can imagine. Do not go around here saying I'm some high value dumb shit. That's some nigga babble shit. Nobody walks around and like saying high value. Y'all learn that dumbass term. Like, listen, when it's crazy. When we were trying to talk common sense to y'all wanted to hear the dream. Y'all wanted to be pandered. You wanted the asshole wife. If I don't give a fuck to like, It's like y'all. Go ahead. You gotta win.
No, BMT, I was agreeing with you. I was saying they want to hear the good laughs like Kevin Samuels' song in the back.
Yes, they do. They do. It's sad that his own daughters and his own mom didn't even know what the fuck he did. When they were talking to his goddamn family, they said, Kevin, what? He did what? I bet you don't even know what he was talking about online. You know why? Because he knew they would have probably had some stuff to call him out on. See, that's the thing about it. When you living in the secret of this YouTube fantasy avatar land, I don't do that. I live in reality. And that's the thing about it. When we start having a classier woman, we try to make better men. We try to have panels. We talk about family men. Oh yeah, I remember we did the family panel. Y'all black men didn't even like that. Y'all wanted us to stop doing that shit. When they try to have the classier women, the women attack faith. Y'all, I mean, come on now. We've had these panel discussions for logic and sensible shit.
I was so disappointed at how people came at faith with the better class of women's content. That was very disappointing. Like,
because you're not allowed to destroy the dream. See, you gotta let them live the lie.
Let them live the lie. They don't want to be better, and they don't want you to be better. There was so many people that was trying to drag me down because I was introducing a better class of women. Oh, they was going all through my pictures. They was trying to see if they could find something that they could make body. Oh, no, Faith can't be better. And she can't tell us to be better. We gonna find something, goddamn something.
Yeah, that was horrible, man. I didn't agree with that at all. You know, when they start doxing family and all that kind of stuff, man, I'm like, oh man, that you didn't have to do all that.
You see, that's the thing about it, Dita, bro. It's like church. Whenever you call in, a lot of person who's young made men is usually the person of that sin, and so when you start calling out things, when you start actually bringing into account of things like, hey fellas, y'all need to go sit down with y'all sons and start talking with y'all sons. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to, well, if my daughter does this, she's a goddamn slut. Like, I'm like, what the hell? Like, do y'all hear yourselves? Like, this is why I'm saying, like, some conversations, a lot of people aren't qualified to have them because they're living in a realm of fallacy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got niggas right there. If
they want to live out their whole fantasies with other people on land that want to be hoes on land and probably in real life. I mean, I had an old woman on land talking about she wished she could go back to her Freaknik days and be even more freakier and do more freaky stuff. These are people going into their 60s saying this to young people.
Yeah, y'all got to think of these things, man. Like when you got people telling y'all, and I've listened to some of y'all leaders, dating mentors. It's okay to cheat on your mate so long as you got money. Do y'all not see these people getting raked through the coals and shit? Do y'all not see these people catching all these kind of transactional diseases and stuff, or issues, or they go into these countries, get robbed and beat up and all this shit?
No,
this is what I'm saying.
They make it seem like it's cool, BMT. They make it seem like it's cool, just like they try to justify being a hoe. Like, it's okay if you need to feed your children, if you go and do something a little strange for some change. In 2022, there are a whole lot of things that you can do besides that to feed your children. But this what we teaching them.
Facts.
I'd rather respect you saying you went out and donated plasma or picked up cans or Grubhub or eat all this damn time. I'm gonna be y'all done heard it with I done did the show with the sugar baby. Like, this shit's real. And the thing about it is some of these people will try the fakes. I see a lot of you older dudes try to shame women to try to get some pussy. I ain't gonna talk about y'all on, I just watch y'all on Facebook. I don't judge y'all. I do judge y'all. I find it very funny. But then y'all be in another picture saying these women ain't respectable. But then y'all forget these women do share what y'all say to them in the DMs. Yeah, y'all think that's the thing that's crazy about it. Y'all think that people don't know y'all niggas by now. I see Obsidian on Facebook talking to women, not thinking that these other women not thinking that these other women know him by now. Y'all listen. A lot of y'all Negroes are not known for y'all good works. Y'all are not. Y'all are probably public enemy of the black Facebook social media right now. But y'all think this is a game. Y'all catching these STIs. You know who you are. Y'all out here sleeping with goddamn transexuals. You know who you are. Living with y'all mamas. Y'all out here having all this crazy shit. Got domestic violence. Y'all motherfuckers. Y'all doing the most. So we're trying to figure out right now who honestly is the problem in the community.
Facts. Well, guys, I'm about to go ahead and wrap this up. I'm a little bit past the 2-hour 18-minute mark. Man, I definitely appreciate y'all for coming up. Definitely wanted to have a conversation. Definitely with Faith. I was definitely delighted to see you come about. I know you've been living your best life, seeing the pictures, and you've been doing your thing. And I'm happy. I'm good. It's good to see you happy, Faith. I really am happy for your happiness. I really am. Like,
thank you. I appreciate it.
And you deserve it. You deserve
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah. So when that date coming? Y'all got that date coming soon?
It's coming soon. Gonna let you know.
All right, I hear you. So with last, go ahead, BMT.
No, I'm just saying. Like I said, I just want y'all be careful out here, man. Ladies, please, if y'all see an old nigga trying to talk to y'all, run. Please run. Fellas, y'all stop this shenanigans. Listen to these old ass niggas. Y'all stop listening to these old ass niggas trying to tell y'all about their old heyday player days, man. Y'all watch out for them same niggas, man. They don't mean y'all no good, man. So I do apologize. Go ahead. Let's go and wrap this up, man.
Right. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with Renaissance, man. You got any last words, brother?
No. Thanks for letting me come up. Like I said, great stream. I hope it serves as another, like I said, another warning sign to these people. A lot of this content that people are pushing out, it's not leading to a good ending. This is the what, third or fourth one that we've had in this space in the year's time frame. So hope some people learn from this.
Definitely. Okay, so I'm gonna go with Faith. Any last words, Queen?
Yeah, I just want to let the ladies know that you really got to vet these men. Older does not mean more security. A lot of times these guys are giving you, as D. Darrell pointed out earlier, an illusion of security. What they're really trying to get you to do is they're really trying to get you to settle for them with an illusion that they have something. But you have to go into these things knowing what the debt to income ratio is and whether he's willing to give you that security on paper. That is what you really need to be looking for. If he's not willing to do any of those things, it's not worth the gamble, because let this be a cautionary tale that if you marry a man, he's in his late 50s and 60s, get pregnant by him, expect to be a single mother. You are no better than the woman that goes out and just becomes a single mother by a regular pookie then. Because if you get married by if you get pregnant by an older guy, even if you are married, that is a conscious decision that you're making, that you might one day definitely be a single mother. You're basically making a decision right there to be a single mother, because you know he's not going to be there the entire time to help you raise that baby. You're no better than Brenda that went ahead and just had a baby by her pookie. Being married, as we can see, does not automatically mean security. So let these be cautionary tales to you, ladies. And thank you so much, D. Darrell. And it was nice being up on the panel with you again, BMT. And guys, check you later.
All right. Peace. You have a great day, Queen. Peace. BMT, my brother. Good to see you here, man. Um, I'm gonna start doing, man. I'm like, I'd be doing my stuff. I know you check me out in the Umar sector. It's a lot of crazy shit going over there, man. I'm gonna start giving this channel a little bit more attention. I just want to start doing topics, man. That sector's a little one dimensional, and I ain't got time to be arguing and fussing with people every day, man. I just want to do topics and have discussions, and grow my dating coach channel. You know what I'm saying? I know you doing your thing. I'll be over there checking you out when you do your content. I usually watch you from the clouds while I'm working and working and stuff like that. So before
I wanted to tell you, one of the brothers from the Black Pill hit me up and said thank you for the advice.
Oh, he did?
One of them did say thank you. Not the brother who made that, but one of them that is like an affiliate. They said thank you for that advice. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because we didn't judge them. We were more so trying to give them like authentic help. So they were very thankful for that advice. So you never know, D. Darrell, who's watching us and actually, you know what I'm saying, looking for answers. Just want you to know that, brother.
Good. That's why you do such good work, man. That was good, man. I'm glad that you was able to provide, because you provide them some information that can help them, because you do content that is genuine. Like, you really do content that you think is needed, not necessarily for views and clicks, but that's needed. And when you do that, that's the kind of responses you can get. That's the kind of person that, spontaneously comes up and let you know thank you for, because you never know who's going to watch that video. You just never know. So what I am going to say, man, next year, man, starting in January, I'm going to start going live on my coach channel, Coach D Darrell channel, and I'm going to start talking I'm going to interview people who got productive relationships, married. I'm not, I want people to talk about how to, the things. I'm gonna go live on with married people or people who engage long-term relationships. How did you keep that relationship? How did you develop that relationship? I'm not here to talk about if you do this or do that, you can get the pussy in 2 weeks, in a week on a third date, and you can pick her up, or you can get the bag, and I'm not doing all of that stuff. I want to do things on realistic, productive relationships. Queen say interview me. Yes, Queen, you're married, and I want to interview married people, because to be honest with you, I don't know how you feel about it, BMT, but I feel like as married people, we don't have a big enough voice.
No, we don't. We really don't.
People are willing to listen to the bullshit more than the people who are actually living successful relationships and marriages.
It's sad that it's like that. It's sad that it's like that.
And you know what, BMT? I never forget, it was somebody in the space. I was saying, man, I say the single people shouldn't even have a voice on some of these topics. And she didn't like that I said that, but I was kind of like, you're single, and like, I'm not saying that you don't have an opinion, but you're talking about successful relationships, and you're not even in one. And you ain't never. I mean, I'm like, wouldn't you think the people who actually have a successful relationship should be the one talking? Doesn't that sound logical? Let me know if I'm missing something. If you're not missing nothing.
You're not missing nothing. Go ahead.
Because I'm just like, look, man, you and I both been through this. You can be in a panel in the Manosphere anywhere in Black YouTube. You could have 8 people on the panel, and none of them married. You may be lucky to get one person that's married, and you got the other 7 people talking about relationships more than the person that's married.
That part, a lot.
And you know this to be the truth. You know that's the truth, because you've been there. I've seen you on panels and myself, or there have been times when we both were on a panel together, and we the only 2 married men, and everybody else, if everybody else telling people what you should do in a marriage, And the two people that's the married men are the ones everybody trying to tune out. And they're trying to listen to the Negroes that ain't never been married.
This is why you see now, like how you're doing. I stopped going to all these goddamn spaces. I stopped. I literally, you don't get access to me no more. Me and you can sit down and talk and rap for an hour or two on all kinds of stuff. We have that pendant of stability and fortitude. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. Like I was telling the brother on doggone Facebook. I don't get why y'all listen to Melanie King. Everything y'all talk about that y'all hate, that's what she is.
Yeah.
Well, she's getting the women right. I'm like, nigga, it's like it's so easy to hustle. You know what I mean? I don't know. It has to be a sickness. But see, when you have men that are in the home telling you this, and don't think our mates aren't sitting right behind us saying, are they serious when they say that to y'all? Yup, they sure are. They are. They're being serious. We just watch y'all. G Dizzle be watching. D Darrell be watching. I be watching. I mean, they ain't a lot of us. Hell, goddamn, George Bacon. A lot of the Maryland men just sit in the clouds, and we just watch what the other men that be talking about this game goofy shit be saying. But it doesn't add up. It don't make no fucking sense.
Don't.
I share my mate with another woman. What the fuck? What? Wait, what? Why are we even conversating? This conversation got to slow down. If you really care about your mate, you tell her to shut the fuck up. Like, nigga, what? Like, and you'll have the peanut gallery right there. Man, I ain't sure, man. Y'all need to take advice from them. No, nigga, they need to take advice from us. We need to get that shit out the way. But I understand a lot of them are hurting me. They're hurting for goddamn some type of consumption of affection. And we got to start doing some degrees of separation for these motherfuckers. Nothing personal, y'all, but we got to start doing some elitism and shit.
Facts.
It's getting out of hand. And y'all may not like me talking like that. I don't give a shit. Because we've been sitting there in the back burner listening to y'all talk a lot of shit to us about, hey, you want a mate that you can talk with, love, build money with, resources and shit. Nah, the bitch needs to learn to shut the fuck up. But I'm like, well, what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
You know, like I said, bro, when you ready, I'll be ready. When you ready, right. I will be ready.
All right, player. Well, I'm about to go ahead and get out of here, man. Appreciate you for coming on, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
All right. Well, guys, I'm about to get out of here. Appreciate you for coming in, Queen, Snow Bunny, Mac Bones File, Soup Bone. Again, guys, man, for those that don't know, please subscribe to my Coach D. Darrell Spears channel. That's my dating coach channel. It's on relationships, marriage, dating, relationships. Please subscribe for those that are watching. Please subscribe to my channel. I look forward to hearing from you all. I will be doing more content throughout the week. Y'all have a great day. Peace.